Hello everybody, today we will be working on the rear brakes of my W211 Mercedes E500 2005. These brakes are actually brand new, but as I may have mentioned in other posts, I'm switching over to ceramics so that we don't have to deal with the black brake dust as bad as we do. First step, what we're going to do is, if you look behind here, see rubber boot here and down the bottom, and inside that boot is a T40 pin that the caliper slides on. First thing you're going to do is break them loose. You can back them out all the way. Actually already done that. And then this spring clip has to come out, and it's just a matter of lifting up and prying forward a little bit from inside there. They give you a little spot for your screwdriver to fit inside. That's that. And then pull on the caliper. Try to compress that piston a bit. And then get those two slip pins out of the way. The caliper will come right off for you. Okay, and this front pad will slide right out. This is the passenger side of the car. So the passenger side in the rear is the side that has the brake wear sensor. Okay, now I'm going to compress this piston. I cleaned up the area first, used brake cleaner, and slowly, I'm using a brake compression tool, 20 bucks on eBay, worth the investment. You can use a C-clamp and the old brake pad on the inside. Never ever use anything directly on that piston, such as a screwdriver or anything to pry. It's a composite piston and you can easily crack it. So just like that, just till it's snug. You don't have to torque that puppy down. Okay, that should be enough. Now after that, we want to wire brush all surfaces that the new brake pads will ride on. Clean out in here with brake cleaner also, and then we'll be ready for the new pad. Okay, the brake pads, the one on the inside is actually, contrary to what Mercedes-Benz says, is the one that gets the sensor. On the outside pad there is no place to put the sensor, so I actually had to take a 1/8 inch drill bit and drill into that a little bit. The new sensor, sensor did not want to go in there, and what we're going to do is this inside pad clips actually into the pocket of the piston. So I'm going to put a very small amount of grease onto these clips just to make life easier, and then I am going to smear some grease around where the piston meets the brake pad. And you also will want to grease the rails where the brake rides, where the brake plate rides on here. So in this area here and underneath, and same thing on the rear, is both of the contact points. Put your brake grease on there. As I mentioned before, the best thing to use would be Mercedes brake paste. Don't have any on hand. I'm using this generic stuff from AutoZone. Should be just fine. And then also I'll be putting brake grease on here. Any place metal contacts the pad, you're going to put some brake grease. Obviously, but I'll say it anyway, never put grease on the brake pad itself. Okay, if you want to make life easier on yourself, put some cardboard between these rails. Just going to grease it up. You're not putting grease onto your rotor. And just get grease right on those two rails. Actually, this outer part doesn't use, it's down inside there. And that's where it's going to ride. And after that, slide your pieces of cardboard on out of there. Boom. Then we are going to take our inside pad, put it so that the clip goes into the piston, and here's the tough part of the whole job: snap it into place. There we go. And the sensor fishes up through the hole there. You want to place your outer pad into place. Sit there for a second. You never want to leave your caliper dangling. I set it up there. There's usually plenty of space. If need be, just put a wire, run a wire to hang it from. And that fits right into there. Now the two pins that the caliper rides on, you want to clean them up. Put a light coating of grease on the silver area, not the threads, and then we'll be putting them back into place. Okay. I just put a thin sheet of grease onto them. Okay, and the rear slide pins, I torqued them down to about 200 inch-pounds. I used my little 1/4 inch torque wrench. You'll find there's very little room to work back there, but the 200 inch-pounds, I don't know if that's spec or not, but it seemed perfect. I'll look it up later before I finish up this video. Plug your wear sensor back into place. Actually, I did put extra grease under these two pins here, these two parts of the caliper here. I didn't put enough in, I'll admit that. And now for what is likely the hardest part of the whole job, getting this spring clip back into place. This set came with new spring clips. Obviously, so I'm putting them in and push in there until they snap into place. Give those push in there. And we are done. You just saved yourself a ton of money by doing your own brake job. The other side is exactly the same, but will not have the brake wear sensor. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.